Vertex Minerals Limited, ASX VTX on the Australian Stock Exchange, is a late stage explorer, early stage production mining company for gold in the Lachlan Fold Belt at the infamous Hill End location. And joining me right now to talk about this and more is Executive Chairman Roger Jackson. Hello, Roger.
Well, hello, Tim.
Thanks for joining us. Very exciting. You're right at the dawn of Australian gold mining history, where they discovered the Halterman nugget, which is the largest gold specimen ever found on the planet. Historically, you've got production going back 175 years, with some recent production that occurred in the early 2000s. But you've gone back in on this project. Tell us about Healand and particularly the Reward and the Hargraves prospects that you're currently developing.
Yeah, well, look, Tim, these are, as you mentioned, high-grade gold deposits that are very similar to Bendigo and Fosterville. It's located on a long anticline, and the gold is very, very coarse and as I said, gravity recoverable. And we are looking to re-enter the Reward gold mine, which sits underneath the Hawkins Hill mine, which was, 435,000 ounces mine there at an amazing 309 grams a ton. Our resource at Reward is around 17 grams per ton, and we're going to be mining that in the next few months and feeding our fully gravity only gold plant that sits at the entrance to the mine.
Well, you've been putting material through that processing plant and acquiring the resources to go into a larger scale operation. Now, typically the problem with gold mining and mining in general is that you've got a problem with environment and waste. Now, the Reward mine doesn't have that problem. Please tell us about that.
Yeah, and look, this comes down to the geology gods. This is a unique gold deposit. It's purely just gold in quartz, and it's coarse. It sits at around about 850 micron on the average size of each grain of quartz in each grain of gold in the quartz, and it's hosted in a grey wacky that has no gold deportment at all. So therefore, we can ore sort it. So that makes for a very good reduction in costs and water and power, and also we can process it without having to grind it down, which takes a lot of energy. Therefore, we don't need a ball mill. We're just using jaw crushers, so that's very environmentally friendly. And then the big kicker here is we don't use any chemicals at all. No cyanide. There's no reagents. And then finally, I guess there's no tails required. We just produce the sand, so we just dry stack that sand. Ultimately, it could be sold as a sand product, but at this stage, it's just a dry stack sand. So we've got a very, very good environmentally sound project going forward, Tim.
Well, it looks like you've got a secondary offtake there with road base, and the gold is chalk and cheese, isn't it? You've got your ground, your country rock, and you've got your quartz veins with the carrying gold. Now, I think people should actually have a look at the history of Hilland and see how important that was for gold mining history. But not only that, um, in the early days, they skimmed the gold off the surface and went west. And so a lot of the geophysics that wasn't available then is now being applied to modern exploration. And hence, a lot of the historically formidable gold mines are coming back to life. And on top of that, you've got the added benefit of a dramatic increase in the price of gold, which adds to your economics of the project. Um, Briefly, let's talk about the economics of the project, and that is you're right in the middle right now, I believe, in a cap raise in around about $10 million. Please tell us about that.
Yep. So that's done and dusted. That raise. So we did some notes for about 3.5 million um, 7.5 in a placement, and then we're doing an SPP for $1 million. So that was just to top up the coffers and just to see us through to production and give us a bit of treasury there for the just in case. And means we're fully funded. We don't have any secured debt. There's no hedge, and we own 100% of the project. So going forward, this is a good story for our shareholders, given this will make very good cash.
Fully funded. Late stage exploration, and when you say that, you have to be cautious, but you've got permitting environment, leases, but you've got 7 exploration licenses, 10 mining licenses, a gold lease, no environmental problem, and the runway is all set for production right now, isn't it?
Well, that's right. I mean, look, we are going into production, but look, it's we as we go into production, we're also going to be drilling. We bought our own drill rig. We got the drill cuddy as we speak being mined by our miners underground to get it ready for locating this LM90 diamond drill rig, and so we can start our quest to build the inventory. We believe this is way, way bigger than what we have on as a resource now at 225,000 ounces at 17 grams. We're going to take that up and build our gold inventory, but we can extend along strike as well, which is incredible because it just has never been drilled, and we've got 25 kilometres south of us with over 3,600 shallow shafts put in by the hard-working miners in the late 1870s, and they didn't put them there for nothing, Tim. They're there because there was gold, and they could only get down to about 60 feet, and there was
Or
dozens of batteries, gold batteries along the way. So we know it's there. We don't have to derive targets. We just need to drill it to build up gold inventory. So yes, we're going to be a producer, but we want to have a lot of news flow out of building a very large, high-grade gold inventory.
I think any investor watching right now should be very aware that when an explorer becomes a producer, their market valuation increases on a multiple. And so get in now while you can on the Australian Stock Exchange VTX, trading on the OTC market in the US under VTXXF. And I've been speaking with Executive Chairman Roger Jackson. Thank you very much for joining us, Roger.
Thanks, Tim. It's been a pleasure.